Okay, so it's been probably 2 months since I put the intake manifold on, and I learned a very valuable lesson about the valve cover gaskets. I did some research. I talked to some people at allpar.com, which is the Chrysler forum, and I also talked to Europa Motors on Modesto, and I think we came to the conclusion that these old Chryslers, their edge for the valve covers are not perfect. I don't know if you can see some of the inclusions right there, but that's just the way they came from the factory. And what you got to do is you got to put some sealant, some RTV silicone, black, put it on. Well, the Chrysler forum suggested you put the gasket, put the RTV silicone on the valve cover, then you put the gasket on, then you put more RTV silicone, then you put that on the car. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try and do. I've already done it to one side. This side is the trickier side of the two, because of course you have all the spaghetti tubes. So just like I suggested with the intake manifold, just put some pieces of tape around stuff and start with one and just start labeling. Yeah, the smog gears aren't that great. I was able to disconnect this weird smog thingy, disconnect it from there, and then unbolt it from here, and then just fold it back, because it still keeps going, but if you just fold it back, that's fine. This thing actually just unbolts. It's bolted onto the valve cover, but if you unbolt it, again, label a few tubes, not too bad, and then just put it over here, out this way. And once you got those two out of the way, and you got this thing out, it's pretty clear. It's pretty open. I didn't even have to disconnect this tube. I was able to get it up and slide it out this way and back in. This is after the intake manifold gasket, after the new intake manifold, the Edelbrock one that I put in. It started leaking from this side first, and then out of nowhere it started leaking from this side, so I'm like, what the hell? So I figured I'd go ahead and do that too. So my suggestion, when you take this off for the intake manifold, double silicone it up, and hopefully you won't have to do the other side like me. It was just a weird coincidence that the other one just started leaking out of nowhere, I think. Maybe when I bolted this down, it kind of pushed it that way, maybe, and then the other valve cover started coming up. I don't think so, because when I took it off, it wasn't riding it, but who knows? I don't know. It is probably just a coincidence. But anyways, that's just some final advice. So it's all done, and I'm glad that I didn't post the other videos yet, because I figured I'd drive it for a little bit and give any last tips and tricks. Also, I checked the Chilton's manual. I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video. And the Chilton's manual does indicate that you can use a crowbar on the timing housing to pry up the intake manifold, but again, don't do that. Alright, well, I think that's it. Alright, thanks. Good luck to you if you attempt to do this.